Hood rich, hood rich, hood rich, hood Thanks, ugly god. Thanks.
I drip on your bitch like water. I splash on your bitch with the water. I feel like I'm 21 Savage. I pull up and fuck on your daughter. I drip on your bitch like water. I splash on your bitch with the water. I feel like I'm 21 Savage. I pull up and fuck on your daughter. Water, 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 water. I drip on your bitch like water. I splash on your bitch with the water. Water, 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 water.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to our podcast. This is gonna be like the first one that we did. We just woke up one day and said, "Fuck it."
We're better than everybody else, and they need to hear what we gotta say.
Yeah. It happened, man.
You gotta introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, true. My name is Johnny. I guess other people on the internet don't know me. You will now, I suppose.
What up? I'm Nate, aka Black Picasso. Check my art on Twitter at bignate.com.
I'm DJ at the Curry James on Twitter. If you can't spell it because you're not worth shit, figure it out. That's it. I don't have anything probably about me.
Damn, nobody told me y'all were doing like dope intros and shit.
Oh, you don't have a Twitter handle, bro?
I don't know. I didn't remember how to phrase it like that. Shit, so where you from? All right. It's AJ from Dubai. Hey, that's all you need to know. You're not good enough to follow me on Twitter anyway. Fuck out of here. I don't need followers.
Fucking
Bitch.
So we just gonna start our episode 1 by shitting on everybody that's gonna
Your weave is whack. You see your tracks fucked up. You smell bad.
Oh my god.
Please listen though, like for real.
Man, what should we get into first? Y'all want to talk about like marriage again and the whole notion of what that is?
Marriage is irrelevant.
It's getting irrelevant.
Yeah, it's going to become irrelevant. Like, we were talking about this from before, and like I personally believe, like, with the pace of technology and all of this stuff, like technology defines our culture, and you know, now that we have like birth control and all of these other, you know, like technological advancements, like there's no need for people to be fucking all the time. Like there's little to no repercussions if you're like obviously not trying to stick your dick in like creepy, gross places.
Yeah.
That's just like a fact, and especially like with the place that we're at, like legally, like women like have and deserve like so many more rights. So like if a woman really wants to treat herself, that's not gonna get looked like frowned down upon. Like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's just gonna happen.
I think it kind of really comes down to like tradition fading out kind of too, because people are really asking themselves like, yo, why have I been living my life this way? Like just because like my dad or my mom has like always like thought this way, like you gotta go to school, be with one person, and marry that one person, and then
then our parents get divorced and shit.
Yeah, so that's not really how real life
purpose.
works.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't have the formula to success.
So like before trying to go through life, like living this fake formula, trying to like get bang, 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 and then life's gonna be happy. That's not really how it works. And like people really figuring themselves out and like really asking themselves like, why am I doing this? That's one thing. Like monogamy is really like it's fading out, man.
A lot of shit's fading out. I heard religion's about to fade out in about a couple hundred years.
That comes down to the same thing, kind of too. Like
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I only went to church just because my parents went to church, and like, I like the people and like the cool shit like that, but I was never like, oh man, God is the fucking shit, man. Like, it's just whatever.
me either. Like I see him do positive things in people's lives, and I fuck with that, and I fuck with church in itself because like a lot of lessons they're true. I feel that, but like it comes on what I was saying earlier. Like people ask us like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. I think like whether you're religious or not, I think it's important, like even if you are religious, to question yourself, like because you only grow stronger in your faith when you are religious. Like I've always like no matter what, like I'm not necessarily a Christian per se, but I make sure like I read the Bible every day, like other religious texts. I think religion itself is really cool because it kind of like it doesn't necessarily force, but it gives people the opportunity to think about themselves for a change. Like if people are working like a 9 to 5 every day, they don't really have time to sit down and be like, well, how do I feel about this? Like
Motivation too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why would they if they don't like have?
And you're making money, you can't really like.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck up your job like that if you know.
Exactly. So it's always good to have something to ground yourself with, but then at the same time you have to question something so you can grow as a person. At the end of the day, it's just a resource that you have, but like you have to grow from it.
I think it's just intelligence though. Like you can't just like take what someone teaches you or whatever and just like be like, all right, that's whatever. Like, you know, you gotta understand like why it's that way, and like, you know, like we went over like proofs in like fucking high school, shit like that. Like they teach you why shit is that way, so you don't have to question that. But then it's like you also have to question other shit too, and it's like I feel like people need to do that. So like obviously religion, like why can't I have sex before marriage? I'm sure like back then it was probably because nobody was wearing condoms and everybody was having babies and shit. But now that we have condoms, birth control, like
and dying.
yeah, it's like it's like now that you have all that shit, it's like okay, fuck whoever you want, just be smart about it. But
Right.
obviously people still aren't smart about it because there's still like ugly babies and shit.
Still ugly
I mean,
babies.
true, bro.
Oh,
Fuck them ugly babies, man.
Damn. It's the baby's fault.
But also, shouts out Pretty Babies for holding it down, you know,
Right.
like on Instagram.
Get all them likes, bro. That's the thing, man. Like,
That is the thing. Pretty babies get on Instagram. Ugly babies get on Twitter.
Bro.
oh yeah,
That's the problem.
ugly babies get. I think it's crazy, like people from like high school or whatever that like got pregnant and shit. Like you see the picture of the baby online, you're like, man, like everyone's like, oh, it's so cute. Like baby's ugly as fuck. Like, why are you lying to this woman? The baby's ugly as fuck. Take those pictures off Facebook because I'm a fucking gun that shit. I show it to all my friends. We're about to roast your fucking baby.
It's so bad because, like, man, like, you see them, like, photographically keep on taking this L. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, man, little Johnny went to school today, preschool. It's his first day. I was like, that baby's 6. That baby's 6. What are you doing?
Yeah, that means they got no real friends that's telling them you know, what it is.
Man.
If you got an ugly baby, you need friends to tell you you got an ugly baby.
Exactly.
Just so you don't stop parading them.
Everybody
Yeah, I
just-
feel like that's we need to be honest about that shit. Like, you know, like people are honest about how many people they had sex. You know, like oh yeah, fuck people. You know, like people need to be honest about ugly babies too. Like that's something that will help us move forward and cure this disease.
True, exactly.
Cure this disease.
Because all of a sudden, if ugly people just start fucking a bunch of ugly people, you know what I mean?
They're not gonna think twice about it. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
y'all gotta think about next generation because I'm not trying to take these L's on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I understand like why slut shaming is wrong, but we need to start shaming people for being ugly and reproducing.
You're being irresponsible.
You're
You're not being responsible.
Like think about the human race as a whole. Like
Exactly.
you're like I'm short, so like imagine if I got with a short woman and like had sons. Like I'm not doing any justice. To human beings, you know, like my sons better be like intelligent as fuck, and you got like get in the sciences. You're not gonna do sports. You're not gonna make varsity. I'm fucking sorry. It's just not gonna work.
And like this isn't for us to shit on ugly people. Like ugly people, y'all can still keep on doing you. Like, but at the same time, everybody has to understand their strengths and weaknesses in life. And like if you're gonna be ignorant to one aspect of your life, like that's a detriment to you and people around you. Like, and that's all what we're trying to say.
That's
like,
true. Like you
exactly.
can,
like,
you can be LeBron and shoot threes, but you shooting 33%. Like who are you doing a favor to?
Yeah.
Come on,
So,
right?
That's why I work out though, cause like if I was like ugly, like I don't know if I am. I don't know. I mean, some bitches like it, but like if I was ugly, nobody can see my body.
That's the thing. Females
Yeah.
don't see looks like we see looks though.
oh,
That's
not
so
at all.
they'll be in the weirdest shit. They'll be like, yeah, he's got cute eyebrows. I was like,
Right.
what? But actually,
You're
what?
looking
Exactly.
for shit now.
Yeah,
You're looking for
He's
shit
just
now.
looking for that one thing that's not fucked up about his face. He's got good molars.
The top part of his ear points out. and stuff like that.
Right? The cutest way.
The cutest
come on,
way.
man.
Yeah,
You're
girls
reaching.
are completely different.
Young man ugly.
You
It nothing wrong with ugly. Nigga.
And they hit me up. But I think, yeah, the way that women see men is completely, it's so beautiful, like that they still have that much positivity
Oh, it's
and
dope.
love in their heart. Like we're clearly, like we have to see something
Superficial,
on the
right?
surface first, and then we'll start looking into
Women
who
do that
you
to
are
other
as a
women
person.
though, like that whole like body positivity and like all that shit. Like I understand like you shouldn't hate yourself because you're fat, but like be fat, you know, like don't like let people tell you you're just beautiful because you're
True.
fat. Like
True.
you know, if you're fat, you're fat. Like I'm sorry, you're gonna have to face the rejection that everyone else faces for being fat. Like if you want to like you know get in shape, cool, but like don't be like lying to yourself, you know.
Right,
Like,
exactly. You have to understand your strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah,
like,
you know?
nobody's perfect at the end of the day, but if you let your weakness like
control
control
you,
you,
yeah.
Yeah.
control you, or you just completely ignore it and become the opposite of that, you're
Yeah.
like you're just setting
You're
yourself
hurting
up
yourself.
for failure. Yeah, for
you're
sure.
only hurting yourself.
And that's what it comes down to, man.
It's just like those people that talk about like it's okay to like fail classes. It's like, it's really not.
Right?
Like,
That's
go
not
to
what
class,
failure
like,
is.
like I understand like college is hard and I can always retake it, but like I'm still trying to graduate. I gotta pay for that shit.
You gotta
Like,
pay
You
for
can fail
this is
A
not
class,
okay.
you can fail A class,
Yeah.
maybe, but not. Don't make that shit a habit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
literally, if you're doing that, then you don't understand what the word failure means. Like, go look that shit
Yes,
up.
failure
You
is
can't-
never
It's not,
okay.
it's not
Yeah.
supposed to
It's
be okay.
never okay to like not succeed.
Right.
Like it happens, but you shouldn't be okay with it.
Yeah, like
I think we are getting a little too comfortable in that.
What?
In accepting failure.
Oh, allowing mediocre.
Yeah, allowing me.
Like some of this music that's been coming out.
It's like, true.
What, Nate? Talk your shit, Nate.
Ooh, Nate,
Talk your
Nate got some shit.
People gas mediocre music so much.
Like
I don't.
views.
I don't.
Views.
Someone shot to you, Drake.
I'm not even specifically saying views, even though
He's not saying views.
views isn't bad. It's not.
It's
a
not
album.
bad. It's not bad.
But classic?
No,
No,
absolutely
yeah,
not.
let's not take it that far.
It's been a week, right?
Views is a Drake album. If you're a Drake
No,
fan,
yeah,
like that's
yeah.
gonna do Drake things.
I
to
like
you.
Views.
Like
But it doesn't stand out to me at all.
exactly. It's not like I'm not gonna put that over with like Illmatic or something. Like people, like
Yeah.
kids who really didn't listen to older hip hop, like I understand from their perspective because like even the shit that we listened to in the 8th grade and the 7th grade, like if
Young
I
Jock.
throw on a T-Pain song, y'all are gonna start bumping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Shorty
you put,
Snap.
These are
yeah,
facts.
you put 50.
Exactly. Like
Like
we
that.
were just talking about
Yeah,
these
yeah,
things
yeah.
before. Like it's crazy what nostalgia does to the brain, but like objectively speaking, you gotta look like we have to start looking at things for like their facts and stuff like that. Like I was just talking to DJ about this earlier. I think like it's really cool that we're the generation of social media in that like I feel like a lot of more people have been reflective and are in tune with themselves because like
Yeah.
when you gotta post pictures of yourself or like you know like tweets and all that stuff, you're doing a lot of reflection. So I feel like a lot more people are emotionally in tune with themselves, but at the same time they've become so emotionally in tune with themselves that they're kind of like starting to block out like logic, like you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because
yeah.
they're feeling a vibe, like they're like, yo, I fuck with that person, but that person could be doing some fucked up shit. But like since you just vibed with them once, like that's gonna be way stronger than logic. That's just how we are as humans.
I mean, I think we saw it this summer with the whole like Drake Meek Mill thing. It was like Drake won before that it was even like popped off.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter was all
Oh, yeah.
for Drake. It was just like okay, like
They
yeah.
still giving Meek L's. It's been a year.
Yeah, let the man live. And he's
Right?
put out some tracks. Like I'm not saying he's gonna make
Yeah.
a comeback or none of that shit, but like
Meek's been putting out some heat.
he's been
Yeah.
putting out some
He has
work.
been.
Like Warpaint is a legitimate track. Like y'all
Yeah.
have to give respect to that. Like
He does have one of the best intros of all time too.
Bro,
Yo,
I gotta co-sign that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was,
Dreams and
that was damn
Nightmares
good.
is filthy.
yeah, man. People don't give that man respect. And he like paid dues. He just like got out of line. Like
It's like
I don't even know why he was just mad.
one
though.
L, but
Like,
he
why
got-
was he mad?
Who, Drake?
No,
No,
Meek Mill.
because Drake didn't shout out his album that came out.
I'm telling you, this
That is
all
some-
comes
that is
back
some Twitter
It comes
shit.
back
Does
to
that.
Nicki, bro. It comes back to Nicki. Like really, at the end of the day, the only reason why niggas have beef is either money or pussy. That's it. There's literally everything stems from money or pussy.
It's probably still the
Yeah.
pussy because they're like, I need this money so I can get this pussy. You know, like it's just comes full circle.
all the way back to Troy.
Yeah,
All the way back to
exactly,
Troy,
man.
my dude. Shit.
That's
True.
crazy.
Yeah, the Troy man. There was a whole war over this.
Right.
Literally.
Over one chick.
A whole
Brad Pitt died.
We lost a legend over a bitch and a fucking curly head ass.
I saw that.
Orlando Bloom.
That must have been some incredible
ass.
pussy. That's all I gotta say. That pussy must have been absolutely incredible.
Bro, it's-
For a real nigga like that to have a dive over that shit like that.
And you know what's like really fucked up? We were talking about this. Like I was just drunk at one point in life. And it was like, you know, the Virgin Mary must have had some bomb pussy that God Himself had to come down and knock her up,
damn.
shoot
that's-
her club up.
Her husband wasn't worthy.
Her
Her own man.
Yo,
wasn't
her
worthy.
own man.
Human beings. are worthy.
Her own man.
Like
God Himself. No condom, bro. He knew better. He was like, I don't give a fuck.
And the funniest thing is, like, right after he smashed, he, like, told everybody else, he's like, y'all have to call this the Immaculate.
Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
That pussy was immaculate. It was immaculate.
Like he knew when he made that pussy, he was like, "Ooh, I did a little too good on this one. I need to try myself."
I gotta let this marinate for like 20, 25 years. I gotta see how this is going.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. That's sacrilegious, though.
right. Right.
Man, that'd be crazy because like we're all going to heaven and shit, and like God be like, hey, I listen to you guys' podcast.
Right.
So like, bro.
You go have the like fucking transcript popped up.
Then again, like he's got all my tweets.
That
man.
pussy
shit's
was
hard.
immaculate.
You should have saw this coming. I've been priming for this world.
If you ever hit me with that, I'd be like, but I am your creation.
You
feel me?
Did you not laugh though?
Was it funny though, right?
Oh man, that's crazy. Man, religion's really crazy about that. If you always read like the beginning stories of just like how people think like this whole shit got started.
Yeah, it's almost something like I don't even want to think about because like it's just too almost unbelievable. It's like if there was just Adam and Eve, that means there was a fuck ton of incest. That means there's a fuck ton of retarded people, and then like I don't know how we got.
Is that what we get? Is that what we hear?
It comes back to ugly babies, bro.
Yes, there was too many ugly babies at the time of Adam and Eve. You think that's probably why Cain killed Abel? He was like, "You're just an ugly motherfucker. Like I can't fuck with you anymore."
Look at you right
Your neck is musty. You got on some fake J's. I'm not with it.
God damn. But I'm saying, if girls didn't fuck ugly people, we wouldn't be here right now.
That is true.
True. That's the beauty
Yeah.
of humanity. Is like I feel like even if we do have like a flaw, like we just keep getting better. There's no way.
Absolutely.
Like I'm excited to look down 30 years down the road. Like I feel like kids are gonna be like
dope.
Yeah, exactly.
Dope.
I think they'll be
They're
dope.
doing some dope shit.
Old people will be like, oh man, kids these days, like they're idiots. But
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's just
yeah,
different.
everyone in the
Yeah.
next community is gonna be more athletic, be faster, stronger, like smarter.
Yeah.
Because
Like
shit's
LeBron
going
James
up
was like
right now.
6'8" in high school. Like
Just
right.
fuck
fucking
made
up
that.
kids, dude. Like just fucking up kids.
So NBA centers, they're not human.
Yeah.
I'm convinced there's some type of alien that's close to shit to human, except they're like 2 feet taller.
Does
There's
LeBron
no
James
real
know his
person
father?
7 feet tall.
Yeah, because you see like their moms and shit. They're
Yeah.
like 5
Yeah,
feet
bro.
tall. Like 100 pounds, like wide as fuck.
Like
And you
LeBron's
go past
mom
his
is
body.
like, I mean, she's not like, 6'8".
Right.
Yeah.
Like, does he know his father? Because like he needs to have more kids.
Right.
Like Shaq. Shaq doesn't have any kids, and like Shaq is like 7'2" and was fucking people up in the NBA.
Yeah, true. True. And now he just gets to like make fun of Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Bro, you know,
That's a great
Shaq
one.
needs to get with Serena Williams
I've been
and
saying
have
Oh,
some gods.
that's too much,
Some
man.
like god children, bro.
I promise you, if there's like extraterrestrial life, they're not fucking with us if we have that.
Absolutely not.
no,
Like,
I'm
yeah,
Achilles.
just the-
Black Achilles. Nobody fucking with
God damn. That would be dangerous.
Except instead of having like an Achilles heel, like if the aliens throw some bomb pussy his way,
Oh,
this game is the only way we
absolutely.
mess up.
That's the only way. That's the only
That's
way
not the
aliens
way.
can take over us is if they have some just incredible like out of this world pussy, like literally, like
Yeah, for real.
just pussy that we've never seen or experienced before.
Yeah. Man.
That'd be crazy.
Is that how we get beat? Really?
Oh, for
With
sure.
all this,
That's
with
not
all
the
this
way.
nuclear bomb technology and shit, we get beat by some
Oh,
good pussy
dick ain't
alien.
Oh,
Bernie
absolutely.
Sanders. If the dick ain't Bernie Sanders.
That's probably
Hey.
that was probably the end of
Bernie
Independence Day.
Sanders.
That's
Man, shout out ugly guy. Keep doing you, bro.
how,
We need this love and positivity in the world. If you don't know who
Yeah.
ugly God is, go educate yourself on the interwebs. Crazy kids.
Oh yeah. Go educate yourself.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders. Skirt Bernie Sanders.
Bro, what do you think about Bernie? Yo, what do you just think about like Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump? Because like they're so similar, but people try to just like people really hating each other over these types of issues and shit.
Yeah.
That matchup isn't happening though.
Definitely not.
We're not even getting to that fight.
Oh man, I don't know. I think Bernie Sanders is definitely a good guy. I just don't agree with like economic policies and shit. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't like the TPP, which is like free trade, and free trade is inherently a good thing. It's
Exactly.
like, and the thing with like, if you want to say like, okay, we don't want our fucking shit, our fucking I guess factories overseas and bring them back to the United States. You can't make them like $15 an hour too, because that's the reason why they go overseas, because we can't compete with kids working for 30 cents an hour. I'm sorry, like we just can't do it.
Economically,
It sounds
not
good
gonna
in
work.
theory, but that's just like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Yeah, just a lot of his viewpoints, like as far as like finances go, are way too idealistic. It's just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, if I just happened to like bump up taxes like X amount. Let's say you try to get that bill passed in Congress. That shit ain't
Yeah.
gonna work.
no.
And that's the thing. He just expects like the companies to take a hit, and it's like, okay, maybe Nike can take that hit, but like the other shoe companies probably cannot. Like
Right.
it's just they're all
Exactly.
gonna like go away, and that's how you have like monopolies and shit. Like just one company can take a hit of like oh, we can't sell shoes, we can't make shoes for 30 cents, and feeding poor kids, but like we gotta pay our people 15 an hour. It's like no one else can do that. It's just,
there's no way nobody's gonna let that happen.
yeah.
Like nothing's gonna get passed with shit like that.
But then there's Trump. It's like I feel like Trump would like focus on all the wrong things. Like he probably wants to build a wall, but like that's not gonna do it. Like the fuck do you need a wall
Exactly.
for?
What
Like
is that gonna do?
It's like literally you can make a fucking Tough Mudder course between here and Mexico. They're still gonna get
Yeah,
through.
right,
It's
right,
just
right.
like a time difference. Like,
Right.
I understand. The thing about Trump that I will say I do appreciate is that he's raising issues, right? Like
yeah,
people just weren't talking about this stuff on the
that's
mainstream
true.
at all. Like, right, immigration probably is an issue, like, and stuff like that. It has its pros and cons. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, if you're illegal, you suck. That's stupid, right?
There are some fine illegal women out there.
Bro,
like I don't want them deported.
Literally half
I
of
don't.
half of LA is like just beautiful women population with it go down. Like, for sure.
Yeah, like-
There's so many beautiful Latinos.
You can't lose these fine
Like,
illegal women.
Exactly, most definitely.
The Southern California turned to South Dakota so quick.
Also, the thing is, the
Nobody
most
wants to go there.
most like illegal like immigrants are like people that like actually like have been working here that like their visas expired.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh, I'm still here. I might as well just keep fucking working. I don't give a
Exactly.
fuck, like. And they're like part of the illegals. And it's like you can't just deport them. Like
Exactly.
they're working and doing.
And also,
shit.
it's like they're a fundamental part of like the thing that just keeps America going. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole
Like,
concept
oh,
of
I'm sorry.
America.
Do you want to get paid like $2 or $3 to like go pick corn for like 12 hours?
Yeah,
a day?
like-
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're not going to step up to take the job. Like at the end of the day, that's just how capitalism works. Like somebody's going to end up filling the role.
Yeah. That's why I'm all for like I guess the immigration reform, where it's like they're trying to change the
Yes.
process of the way people get like become legalized, because we already have a bunch of illegal immigrants here. Might as well like try to make them legal or whatever, instead of like I think it'd be stupid just deport them and then bring it back. Like the
Right.
fuck, like
Exactly.
what a waste.
Yeah.
But I'll bring up a counterexample that somebody brought up to me that I think is valid. Is like if we do go forward with doing what you're saying, then like it's just gonna give like more illegal Mexicans like incentive to come over, because then they know they'll eventually get the citizenship
That's
over
true.
like
yeah.
a hardworking person in like Sweden or like India or something like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's tough. Like I don't think that's gonna get fixed anytime soon. But that's why I always think it's so stupid when these candidates like trying to make like promises of shit that's not gonna happen. Like going back to like Bernie Sanders, like no way you're making college free in 4 years.
No, not
It's
not
not
in 4
happening,
years.
Especially how
You
high
know
it's
much-
going up.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Right.
college is too expensive to be just free. Like I would love it. Don't get me wrong. Like
Yeah.
if it was
Right, we
feasible,
gotta pay for
like,
it soon. Shit.
Like I'm not just gonna vote for someone who's gonna say, "Oh, we can do free shit," and then like we can do all this shit and not do it. Because if that was the case, I would just vote for Hillary Clinton.
Exactly.
Like just vote for someone who's just gonna
Someone
not
else.
do this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn, that would be funny.
Man. Hillary's gonna win it though, bro. Like
I think Hillary might win it.
Yeah.
I used to think like Bernie Sanders would definitely win it, just because like everybody seems to be supporting him, but like I feel like Hillary-
Obama's laying it up for her. Like you understand,
Yeah,
like there's
he
so
really
much money in politics, like the sheer lobbyist. Because like Trump wrecked the Republican Party. Like all those backers that were
Yeah.
sending money to the Republican Party, like now kind of have to like give
Yeah,
their
to
money
back
to
Trump.
Hillary. Like,
I don't think the GOP will be around for the next election, but I don't think the election after that. I don't think
Yeah.
there's gonna be Republicans.
or it just won't be the GOP that we know anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna be something different, because like they have failed to put up even a decent candidate in the last couple elections.
Exactly.
It's
But
like-
they did that to themselves. Like when you're going in and like just talking all of this stupid.
yeah,
shit
they don't have
to,
any
like,
policies.
Yeah.
They're like just against the Democrats. So, like
Yeah.
whatever the Democrats say, they say no, and it's like
Exactly.
that's it.
That's
Okay,
it.
like what do you
That's the
propose we do different?
It's not what
Not
they
Obama's
have.
doing.
Not that.
Definitely not what he's doing.
It's like, bro, like-
That's not a fucking answer. nigga.
Right?
Also, I don't even know how people don't like Obama. Like
How
he's
do
a
you
chill
like Obama?
dude.
dude.
I know.
You're not gonna have what do you call a March Madness bracket for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
There's some
That's not gonna happen.
there's some people who like just personally have a hatred for Obama.
I don't understand.
If you disagree with some of his policy stuff, I
I
that's
get
cool.
that. You can
get
disagree
that,
with
but
policies,
There's
but-
personal hatred for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I guess that's just like what comes with being colored, though. At the same time, like
It's
Yeah.
it's just it is what it is. We'll get away from that in 20 or 30 years. Like I have faith in humanity.
Yeah,
we're going towards it.
Yeah,
We're going
for
towards it.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just once our like grandparents and parents died off. Cause, like our grandparents were like around in like Jim Crow, like they were around that area.
Yeah.
So it's like after they die, it's like
So our generation coming up, we're gonna be straight.
yeah.
If we have our heads on relatively straight.
Exactly. And I think also people always just want to hate on somebody while they're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people were like hating on Kobe, but now that Kobe's gone, like people are just like, oh
Appreciate it.
my god.
Yo, people love LeBron now that Curry's the hot shit.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Bro, yes, I remember
Yeah.
everybody hate LeBron. You don't hear
Yeah.
shit about LeBron anymore. Like,
No,
never.
it's like, hey, LeBron dropped 40. All right,
Exactly.
good for him.
I think Curry doesn't even get any hate though. Like I don't even like.
You can't. Well, where are you going to find the hate?
That
Where
is
is your
true. That is
justification?
true. There's nothing you can really say.
That's
about
light
it.
skins taking over the world, bro.
I know.
That's light skin. Curry. Who else you got? Ben Simmons coming in.
Bro,
You got Drake.
Drake.
Come on, man.
That's
This light skin community is
Exactly, man.
Yeah, we gotta
it's
do
taking
something
over.
with that.
We had Jordan, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's we had Jordan, LeBron, Kobe.
We had Cam and
you
Future
got
had a
Cam.
decent year last year.
Ooh, yeah,
Yeah.
Future wasn't bad.
They kept us alive last year because
Yeah.
light skins, y'all was
They
fucking
were
us up last
swinging
year.
heavy. Man.
When did light skin start
I
to
felt a
come?
few.
T.I. was the first light skin to really.
Oh, we gonna
put
put this on T.I.?
This is T.I.'s fault.
This
But
is
T.I. was so hard. Who was the first like light skin since
T.I. was dark skinned inside.
Chris
Brown.
Brown,
Chris Brown
was
might
the
have
first
fucked up.
light skinned dude
Chris Brown might have
to
fucked
bring
up
the
for us.
sensitivity in it. Like,
Does Michael Jackson count?
Man,
If you,
what
if
was
you mix
like
it,
Michael Jackson wasn't
Yeah.
like a.
He's not a person.
I don't mean this negatively. Yeah, he was not
No.
a person. Like he just transcended humanity.
yeah, I feel like
people hit him and Prince in that like just other.
They're other, and that's dope. Like they were like spirits. Like I can't even explain that shit. Like even when Mike was giving interviews, like you just didn't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Like, but then when you look back and try to think of what he was doing, like the man was just trying to preach positivity.
He
Did he
really
touch
was.
some baby booty hole? I don't
We
know.
don't know.
I'm not gonna go there.
right?
Allegedly.
But,
Keep
for
it
sure.
at that.
But personally, man, I just look back at like that man's career and stuff like that, and there's just certain people who are like in tune with the higher spirit. Like,
yeah,
I don't believe in religion, but there are just there's
Something
like,
else.
Yeah,
There is.
exactly.
yeah. That's what I feel. It was definitely like something else, like something that we all like need to connect to and get like right with. But like as
Yeah.
far as all these different religions, I feel like all those religions are just trying to find that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're kind of doing it the wrong way, like defining it and
Yeah.
making rules, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't
you
define
trying
shouldn't
to
be
force people, like,
exclusive about
If
it.
you're gonna
Yeah.
believe in something, you gotta believe in all of this specific
Yeah, exactly.
guidelines too. That someone's like,
yeah, exactly.
you don't know the specific guidelines. That's the whole thing about what it is that we're trying to believe in.
Yeah.
We don't really know any of it.
Exactly. And the second you put guidelines to a religion is the second you put guidelines to God. Like who are
Yeah,
you to
yeah.
say
Yeah.
what
That
God
this is what He wants you to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's about your relationship with the higher power. Like,
And finding out what that means to you specifically.
definitely.
It would be a good segue if we had any sponsors.
We don't have sponsors, but when we get there,
So-
definitely put some ads in this motherfucker.
Right.
Unless y'all want to
yeah.
donate.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
Unless you don't want to subscribe.
If we could get some ads, which companies do you think we would want sponsored this?
The ones
Cyrilus,
that get
Trojan.
Trojan.
We need to.
Definitely Hennessy.
Oh, dude, I feel like
Oh, I will fuck with it.
Just
fuck
DJ
this,
Khaled,
fuck this to
like-
rock bottle.
DJ
Yeah.
Khaled as a person.
As a person.
If I could get the co-sign from
This was
him.
sponsored by DJ Khaled.
That's all. That's
Be the
it.
best, bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's got an album coming out, but if he does,
Hey.
go look it up and buy it. Steal it. I don't give a fuck. It's not me. So.
Use our promo code.
Oh, we been, I wanted a pair of those fucking another one sandals.
Another one.
Oh,
the slides.
bro, those are lit. You could tell because like I felt like there was a lot of like
It has to be
aerodynamics
comfy,
that
yeah.
went to the sandals.
Because
like,
he wears them.
Bro,
it has
yeah.
to be comfortable.
and you could see like the bumps on like where they're at. I was like, damn, they put in some science into like.
That's crazy. I feel like it's crazy. Like when Nike does that shit, they're like these Air Maxes, like scientifically proven to do. I'm like, God damn, like it's just shoes, bro. I'm trying to get some bitches, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Oh, yeah.
He basically have wood on the bottom. I don't care.
It's like people that actually hoop in Jordans. I'm like, dude, how much fucking money do you
Right.
have? Like,
Right.
I'm just trying to get some hoes, man.
that shit's expensive by itself.
Yeah, like goddamn.
Hey man, I will say this. Shouts out the Asian community. I just literally, no lie, came back from the SRC and saw just like 2 or 3 kids like playing in some like just baggy ass jeans
Oh my
and some
god.
Jordans, but like they were
505.
crispy.
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Keeping it real.
They always stay crispy.
Right.
You would never catch them slipping.
Like-
I need to find out who their plug is, who they're talking
Yeah,
to.
Probably
I
their
don't get it.
parents, bro. Their parents,
Bro,
I'm
their
trying to.
parents make it over there for like 30 cents. They probably just own the factory. Yo, wouldn't that be crazy as fuck? Like
That's
like
how
somebody
they
just
get all the
owns like a
Nikes.
Yeezy factory
Oh,
yeah.
in China, bro.
Oh,
And they just like they're like, oh yeah, one of the
literally-
workers here.
They could just pick it off the line when they go.
Yeah,
home.
bro, just pick
right.
up the line. What's your size, son? Okay,
That's
Miller.
the factory, your closet.
Yeah.
I need to start talking to these Asians, bro.
Dude, for
That
real.
would be the best
I
job.
would totally
Oh, yeah.
be like just like a gold dig, one of those Asian chicks. Like,
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like even if she is looking musty, like I don't really care. Like, if you give me some J's, I'll flip it, man. I'll give her
Not just every J. Like you getting every shoe off the line. Like you want that one down.
Dude, there was an Asian civil in my class like a couple years ago, and her hair was just always on point. And I was like, damn, I don't really like the face, but I would have some daughters with good hair. Like, we can make this work, bro.
Start doing that for you. Dude, that's so weird. Every single time I see a woman, I'm just like, theoretically, if I was to make a baby, like, how is this coming out?
If I were to take this condom off, what would this child look like?
Oh man, going raw is irresponsibly good.
Oh,
It's so bad.
Rolling the dice, bro. You just rolling the dice.
Playing roulette with that shit.
I'm so mad about the way we were made. Like that's the best feeling in the world, and that can fuck you up so bad.
For real, man.
Like why did you make us like this?
Honestly, I've always wondered, like, the people in high school and like the young people that weren't ready to have kids, like when they got pregnant, like, were they just like going unprotected, or did like just dude was dumbass and like came inside? Like, how easy is it to actually knock a girl up?
I don't know, man. I feel like the kids, like a lot of kids, just don't know. You know what I mean? Because like nobody really takes sex ed seriously. Like, and
Yeah,
you only
I didn't
hear
know
about
shit
like
from sex ed.
yeah, you only hear about like real sex stuff from like just jokes and stuff like that. So like, man, like if someone's like not there to like absorb all of that random extra culture stuff that they probably like not getting from their friends or like back home or whatever, like
you don't know.
But then,
you just
That's
know about
that's
it.
so dangerous.
But everyone freaks out when you busting a girl. But I always hear about married couples trying to have babies and it takes
Yeah, that's
some
what I'm saying.
months
I'm
and
just
shit.
like, I don't think.
Like,
What are you doing
I
wrong?
come wrong once, and I'm having twins.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And y'all been married for a month trying to have a baby. I was like,
it's like, how hard is
Yeah.
it really to like knock a girl up, and are people just getting like unlucky? You know, like is
that like
is
that
what
bad.
just
Like you can
happening?
go for months for trying. I mean, how hard are you trying?
I feel like
really?
that it's like you can't overthink sex. Like the second one
Yeah.
is just like we're planning. I feel like is
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I think that's
stops.
the issue.
Baby's like,
the
hold
fact
up.
that you're planning
Wait a
is
minute.
why it doesn't
Yeah.
happen. Because like you just gotta like pretend you're in high school, prom, you know, got another year of school, and then it will happen automatically.
yeah,
Like,
you just gotta get in that vibe because like even from what we were talking about from before, like the idea that a baby comes off of this like crazy, beautiful, like exciting feeling, like
right.
if you start planning and stuff, like I can understand the baby's perspective. Be like, yo, you just gonna make me off some lame
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come out guns blazing,
Right.
fucking me up like this.
Trying to come out naturally.
yeah, that's probably how you end up with ugly babies too.
That probably
For
is.
sure, for
Playing
sure.
shit, like.
I can co-sign that.
Yeah.
Player sex, direct correlation to ugly babies.
Yeah.
Might be on.
I think I'm gonna start planning sex so I can go raw every time. Then.
just so it won't happen.
Think about that. It's just
No,
like,
it's too dangerous.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't
I got a
fuck
life
with
to
that.
live, man.
yeah.
Right? You gotta pay these debts
Yeah,
off.
man.
You can't.
All of a sudden, you're just raising like a new Ling. Just because you were like, man, she's gonna give me some J's. I planned it out.
Yeah.
If you still trying to run this experiment, hey,
So we
I'll back you. I'm trying to see what the results.
Yeah.
Reverse
I mean, I feel
psychology
like
with this shit.
I feel like if I fucked like an Asian girl and knocked her up, it might be better for all of us because I can get shoes for all of us. You know?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Wow, that's
Like,
true.
Be the ultimate plug.
Yeah, bro.
You a martyr.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Take over a team.
I am graduating soon. I gotta check out my finances right quick, and then I know if she's popping because she's already giving out like Jordans to everybody.
Oh, right.
True. True.
Bro, that might be a little side hustle.
Dude, exactly,
Oh, yeah.
man. I feel that.
Shit.
Man, shouts out the Asian community. Hey,
God,
man,
so-
like sushi's lit. They make phenomenal cars
Hell yeah.
that are gonna run a long time. Their fashion game's on fleek.
On point.
Like,
Always.
I don't
yeah.
understand like what they're not doing wrong, man.
Right.
God bless the Asian community. They came out with samurais,
Shit.
Dragon Ball Z,
Anime in
Woo!
general.
Anime in general.
Dope as shit ever, yo.
There's no guy who doesn't.
And hentai. Don't forget hentai.
Very underrated.
First
Very-
people to
very-
come up
very
with
underrated.
like tentacle stuff, like I'm glad
Outside
you
the fucking box.
exactly, man. Like way to experiment with it. I don't fuck with it personally,
yeah.
but like
But that opened the door to like more great shit.
exactly.
It was like that's the tentacle shit is too much. What if we toned it down as like maybe a gangbang?
exactly,
That's
man.
something.
It's art, bro. That's the same thing that
It's all
gets
art.
true, bro. Like sex is art. Like
That's
you know
art.
what I mean? Like when we can say the same thing about music, where you're like, people always say this about Yeezus. They're just like, I don't get it. But like now that we look back at what happened with Yeezus,
You gotta
Yeah,
be in
it's
that
like-
mind state.
yeah, exactly. Like it just opened the door up. The same
Yeah.
thing can be said like sexually with stuff. Like never have a closed mind about anything. Like
Absolutely, yeah.
girls get freaky. Don't let them hold you back.
You throw that ass back. If nobody will catch it, I will. I will
I
catch
will be
it.
there with a pitcher's mitt on. Don't worry.
I'll be there for you, girl.
Yeah, for real. Man, you know what I hate sometimes though, all jokes aside, is just when niggas get too thirsty. I hate it when people are thirsty, bro.
I don't even know. I feel like it's just immaturity. Like once you get it a couple of times, and once you start getting it a lot, then it's like okay. And then so like even if when you have your dry spell, or whatever, you're not like always out there. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I feel like it's people that just haven't had that like consistent pussy.
And I feel like people always just end up settling for something that they don't want. Like they'll end up
Just
fucking-
because they finally got anything.
Exactly. Or like you'll end up like dating this girl and now she's emotionally attached to you or you're emotionally attached to her and you're like, this isn't what you
And
wanted.
you can really fuck yourself up that way.
Exactly. This isn't what you wanted to begin with, man. It's all about understanding people. And like, I feel like men have become like way too thirsty, and at the same time, like women have just like ended up becoming too picky, and that everything becomes a mind game.
Yeah.
Thirst
she
trapping,
thinks-
man. Thirst trapping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thirst
False
trapping,
perception
yeah.
of
Shout out
who
to
you are.
Instagram.
Exactly. Dude, for real.
Dude, that's why I don't have an
That's all
Instagram,
I
man.
do. That's all
Instagram will
Instagram
fuck you
is.
up.
Instagram will get me in
Yeah.
trouble. Twitter's already getting me in trouble sometimes. Like,
Oh, I'll guarantee I've been overlooked
Same here,
over
bro.
20 jobs I never
Man.
knew about.
yeah, I'm wondering, like, are they reading my tweets? Like, actually, because, like, usually, like, around the time, like, oh, career fair's coming up, let me tweet some Christian shit. But then after that, like, go
Oh, no.
wild.
Oh,
Like,
no.
like, it's like, all right, sorry, we can't hire him. Like, all right, fuck it. Bitch ass niggas didn't hire me. Fuck them. Where the hoes at? I got the Hennessy. Let's get it popping.
Man, but I feel like you kind of have to be honest on Twitter because then when you find that company who's like, regardless of all this, we still fuck with you.
Dude,
It's a
yes.
great fit. That's what-
Yes, that's the
what-
companies you need.
I don't want to have to go to work and be fake every day.
Exactly.
Like, I want to know you fuck with me for, like, who I am.
Work
I
is
fuck
like
that.
50-60% of your life.
you spend
Like,
so much of your
enjoy
life
it.
there.
Like, you know what
Yeah.
I
You're
mean?
going to spend so much of your life there.
Especially at Rose, I feel like kids just like coast through this mindset. Like, this is my major. This is a company that showed up to the career fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work for
Oh,
them
yeah.
now. And like, you can't be like that. Like, there's a reason why you're here. Like, at an engineering school. Like,
Yeah.
you have some passion inside. Something's driving
You got to find your actual match.
Exactly. So you got to find what drives you and just keep doing you so you can become the best version of that for that passion. You know what
Or
I
you're
mean?
going to be fucking depressed doing a job you hate.
Yeah,
Dude,
even
that's
with all
yeah,
the
absolutely. That's what my dream is like to like start my own engineering firm because it's like there's really not too many like black engineering firms. So like if they are white, they are gonna see my tweets and they're not gonna appreciate them as a black firm would. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like if I start my own firm and we might check the news tweets and if they're like popping like
If
I'm like,
it's
like,
funny.
okay, I
I
fuck
get
with
it.
you, dude.
I'm not gonna
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like tripping. I'm
knock you down because you're unprofessional or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
be you.
At the same time, though, I think like what I was saying from before, like what we were saying from before, I guess is like 20 years from now, like we're the generation who realizes this shit doesn't
Yeah,
matter. So once
yeah.
we get up there, like it's not gonna matter whether it's like a black firm or a white firm or anything like that. It's just gonna be like your mentality, and like
Yeah.
I can't wait for us to evolve as a society
Yes.
to get there, because like I know it's gonna happen.
Yes.
We make progress so fast, like.
Full circle always comes back to like our generation really asking why. Why do we think this way? Why do we just
yeah, it's just
why
like
just go this way, go a certain way about doing stuff when it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
And us as a generation, we really I don't know if it's Twitter or social media or whatever that
Technology.
do this, but we're actually really asking why, and that's leading to such a fucking great
Technology, man. Google about to take over the world, though.
place. Google's taking over the world, and I'm for that.
If they,
I'm
if-
for that.
I don't know, man. I
It's-
feel like Google might fuck our lives up, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't
thing. Like, Google's like such a crazy thing because like they have drones and shit now.
Bro.
You feel me? So like
Yeah.
if somebody just felt like flipping the switch, they could
Oh, yeah.
they could run into a third world. Like if they wanted to invade Kazakhstan right now, they could fucking do it. Borat is fucked. Borat can't do shit on Google. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Like it's crazy.
That's a
how-
lot of power for like one.
Yeah, that's
For a
what I'm saying.
company
For like
to
one
not think
company
about
to run, like goddamn, like
Even indirectly, like the power of lobbyism, like Google also has so much money, they could just, like, I personally believe, and I believe this for some time, is like, the government is just a facade. Like, companies run America. Like, that's just
yeah,
how it works.
always.
It's
Not even just companies, like consumers, like because like we power the company. It's like Google's obviously up there to like they can do what the fuck they want and like people are gonna buy their shit.
Right.
So it was like Apple, but like all the like other company like Puma, like if we don't buy Pumas, like
They're done.
Pumas is done, like you know, like and Pumas can't just make an ugly ass shoe and we'll buy it. Like Nike can do that, but
They
like
can do whatever they
Puma
want.
can't do that.
We're not
Like
dependent
Puma
on
still has to like
Puma,
make sure like they're making good shoes that people want to buy, and it's like consumerism is like what drives America. So like obviously like if we don't want some shit, that shit's just not gonna exist, you know, like.
But that's why Google's so powerful because we want everything that comes out of Google.
Yeah.
Well, we need to start
that's
using
it.
Yahoo again. That shit cracking.
Bring
the
MySpace
spread the
back.
power a little bit.
Yeah, bring-
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, just to like make sure like Google doesn't get too powerful.
Yeah,
like,
we
that's-
gotta
that's
like
what does.
diversify, like show Bing some love.
Yo, Bing used to be. I haven't been on Bing in a minute, honestly, but like, I remember in high school, like in our computers, like Bing was the homepage automatically, so we didn't have a choice. But like you go there, they have some beautiful ass pictures. Like, oh, this is nice. They have little facts about the pictures. I'm like, oh, I fucks with this. Search engine was trash, but like it was like the pictures were nice. I was like, okay, I can
Yeah,
fuck
that's
with
a,
this.
that's the dopest aesthetic.
But once
man.
Google comes out with self-driving cars,
Oh.
who not buying that, right?
That
You
and
look-
fucking the Google Loom, the fucking hot air balloons they're putting
Oh
in the fucking
my
air.
God.
Wi-Fi everywhere.
Dude, that's
right,
crazy.
and now do you still not fuck with Google?
Yeah.
Like ask
I
yourself.
don't think I want a self-driving car though. I kind of like being a car.
iRobot,
too.
bro. iRobot fucked me up with self-driving
Right.
cars.
Yeah, they just.
The second I saw Will Smith have to like finesse himself out of the car,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm
was like,
fucking
man,
with
I'm not
it.
doing that.
that,
I've seen
yeah.
this
Not
movie too
doing
many
it.
times.
That's why these like robot movies, I don't know, they feel too real. though.
Exactly.
Have you seen
Bro.
Ex Machina?
I saw
Oh
that shit.
yeah,
that
that
shit was
fucking
like-
wild. That fucked me up. I'm
So
like, she
good.
did him like that?
Bro, yeah, I
Man,
was
she
like,
did him so dirty.
damn.
Man, that movie was so revealing, not only about technologies, but like hoes are really out here becoming pimps.
Yeah, bro. Yes.
There's a deeper
Yeah,
meaning.
like, what? Crazy.
That's really
Played
where
the
the
fuck
culture
out
is
of him.
just
Yeah.
going, bro.
This nigga's sitting in the living room the rest of his life just thinking about how he just got paid.
Right?
Yeah, fucking
I mean,
man. 3 days
yeah,
or
like-
whatever.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was explaining, the dude that made the robot, he was explaining, he was like, yeah, like, she has a hole and you could fuck it. I was like, damn, like, she could go out there and fuck dudes and, like,
She a robot.
Totally
Just-
She's literally
like,
out there.
yeah.
Nobody knows.
Exactly.
she will live forever because she's a fucking robot.
Exactly.
Like,
She can make more.
That's crazy.
fuck.
Because she learns and she's not gonna stop. She's not gonna die. She's not gonna get older.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nobody should be making AIs that smart. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
y'all need to chill
That's just some shit you
I'm
know,
talking to you,
should,
Google,
know,
chill.
Like, yeah.
with your AI shit.
But Bing, you can go ahead. Do it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know,
Bing
we
does it.
support-
It's cool because,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, man, you-
it's not going to be that good.
It's like,
you know?
it's your
But
AI,
if you
bro.
make it
play checkers.
Like-
Let's not go lock me out. Fucking.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that's really funny. Cause yeah, I feel like Bill Gates would have to be the person making that. It's like, really? Does he understand?
Yeah, Bill
American
Gates be like,
race?
I'll make something, you know, a little something.
It's like,
he's a
go
little
pass
old.
out on your money, bad Bill Gates. Like, don't worry about this shit.
Right? Isn't
Right.
fucking Mark Zuckerberg and some other dude, and Stephen Hawking, they're teaming up to go to some other dimension.
The fuck does that mean?
Shit.
How do you?
Like,
What
the other
How do you,
dimension, that
how
bad.
do you start
I
to try to
fucked
do
up.
that?
That's me.
How
That's
do
me
you
fucked
start
up.
to try to do
Other
that?
universe. That's it. That's what I meant.
That didn't
How
make it better.
How much money do these people have that they just know how to do shit that we can't even fathom
like
right
just
now?
How does
Gal-
money
just
even
separate
get you
galaxy.
to that point?
Separate galaxy. They just go.
I
I think.
hate when smart people be flexing on us. Like, like Elon Musk was really just like, man, electric cars could be a thing, and we're just like, get the fuck out of
Do
here.
that.
2 years later, just like this beautiful like
You
model.
see a
that's
nigga
just, like,
fucking plug his fucking
I don't know.
car in.
Like
Exactly.
I don't know. How do you get to different galaxies? Is there a map? Does
yeah.
Google Maps not telling you that? Tell you
How
that?
you go from
Probably does though, low key.
Like,
There's probably like Google Maps. I can type in like an address from like some other fucking planet, and it probably shows me how to get there.
Exactly.
Drive to this space station, get in this motherfucker. Like, fuck.
Take a left on the asteroid ring and shit. Like,
Google's
how do you
understand
get to a different galaxy? I just
Yeah.
want to know. Do you just go straight
Yeah,
and
like,
you get there
don't
eventually?
you have to like the speed that it would take? Like you would have to bend. I feel like the time.
Yeah,
space
you have to
to
go, like,
no, it take years.
The thing is, yeah,
That's-
if something's like a
that's-
light year away, it's like, okay, even if
Take
you're
a
going the
whole-
speed of light, it's gonna take a whole
whole
fucking
year.
year. And I don't
Yeah.
want to travel a full year for some pussy. Like, goddamn it. Like,
True.
you know, that's the only reason why would you want to go to a planet with, like, there's no inhabitants? Like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna have all kinds of sex, you know, like, fuck, fuck it.
Like,
Second
you not
time,
having
I
that
better be
here.
the only nigga there.
Yeah. The
Surrounded
only
by
nigga.
females.
It's like, oh, we haven't seen a man in centuries.
Hey, but that could come and bite you back in the ass, because, like, think about it. You spend a year on this ship, you're like, all right, man, I'm about to finesse all this type of pussy. You get down, it's just nothing but Wookiees. Are you fucking Chewbacca? It's been a year.
Honestly, yes. I don't give a fuck.
I'm-
And I won't tell anybody, bro. I'm gonna come back like, hey, space was popping. There were bitches everywhere. Like, when it came down, there was hella bitches.
Oh, man. That'd be crazy, man. You would be the Han Solo of that planet. Actually, you know what? It'd be more fucked up. You tell all your homies, like, they come back and they're like, yo, man, they look like dogs, but they look like you at the same time. Like, yo,
what did you do? What'd you do there?
Yeah, man, you just being racist, man. You just trying to get them down. Man, that's crazy.
That's disgusting at the same time. I don't want to fuck a Wookiee, but I would have to.
When you had no
travel a
choice.
year with pussy on your mind, you would have to fuck the Wookiees.
Wookiees are one step up from you.
That's a good ass question. If
you bro, like,
it's like you driving like an hour to go see a bitch. If you drove a whole year to see a chick and she catfished you, what would you do?
Oh.
I would be the most angry fuck I ever get.
I'm wrecking that planet.
What would you
like,
do?
I'm just gonna Vegeta that shit. Blow that shit up.
God damn. I couldn't even imagine driving an hour for some pussy. Like,
right?
Honestly, it's like, I'm just gonna stay here and get some work done.
Right.
We'll play my Xbox.
Right. That's a lot of time.
Exactly.
Ain't gas. Shit.
Yeah, because like a lot of times, like, say you drive there and say you fuck her. Are you staying the night? Because you drove an hour.
True. And drive back.
Yeah.
And think about how not
worth it was.
That hour drive it was.
Dude, yeah, true, man. No amount of sex is worth a year of your time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like you don't even think about that until after you nut. Like I'll go to this planet, fuck this Wookiee, and after I nut, I'm like, wow, this shit was disgusting. I spent millions of dollars, a year of my life,
so clear about
fuck a Wookiee. What the fuck is wrong with me?
That goes back to like fucking why the fucking 90-day rule and shit like that in relationships is the worst shit.
Yeah.
The worst advice anybody's
After 90 days, you have some bomb sex, but then you're like,
I'm resenting everything I did.
90 days for this bullshit.
Yeah, because like the second you fuck someone is the second you really get to know someone. That's not something you should be afraid of.
That post nut, you should waste 90 days for that.
Exactly.
You don't really know like how smart a person is until they have those post nut thoughts. You know, like, talk about life. And they have nothing to say. Like, you're a dumb bitch. I gotta leave. You know?
Exactly. That's why no matter what, if you're a guy or girl, like if you care about somebody, fuck them.
Absolutely. Have sex with them immediately.
Immediately. If you don't care about the name,
we approve.
Care about the name after you nut.
For sure. Coast on that. For sure, coast on that. Trying to get my nuts drained, bro. Drained. That's drained. Like a key word in all of that.
Yeah, those post nut like thoughts change everything.
I never think more clearly.
Never think more clearly.
I understand. That's when you really realize how much of your thoughts is really driven by your dick.
Yeah.
That's so true. And like, I wonder if it's like that for women. Do you think it's like that?
It is, but it's at a different time in their life. So kind of like, because women hit their sexual peak at like late.
For real?
They hit the sexual peak like early 30s.
Damn,
Men hit the sexual peak like late teens, early 20s, early mid 20s.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Man, the more you know.
Why is it at different times?
Because fucking God hates us.
Like, I feel like it should just be at the same time. Well, actually, now that I think about it, it would be a bad idea if it's at the same time.
Bro.
Because people would be making a lot of stupid decisions, fucking everybody, knocking everybody up.
True.
And going nowhere in life.
Yeah, going nowhere.
Like, I don't have to get a job. We all want to fuck.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm doing this.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be bad. Now
that I think about it. God's smart as shit.
Yeah, correct.
He planned this shit out.
Yeah,
he planned shit out.
Shut up, God.
Like, work through your 20s trying to get that pussy.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's really smart.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I see you.
It's crazy.
That's real.
I see you. You real.
It's crazy because like we always like as humans always like critique shit in each other and like we're always like why did God do that? Like that shit's stupid. But like look at how much if God is real, look how much shit he nailed.
Right? Yeah, bro.
Right.
It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that's like. Man, that solves so much problems. Like, I was wow. Like, imagine if we were all just fucking all the time. That would be so bad.
We would get nowhere as
we would not have any production.
Done.
Yeah, there would be nothing.
I would never go to work. I would never.
Me either. Absolutely not. Like, and if I did go to work, that was just to like cheat on my wife or whatever. Like,
I wouldn't take medicine probably. Wow. Why?
That would be so crazy.
Man.
I am so glad we have other things to do than fuck all the time.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. Shouts out to diversity.
Jobs
and shit. Jobs.
Economy, governments and shit.
Right. The GDP.
Shout out to having shit to do other than fuck.
Yeah, true, man. Yeah, you should always have a diversity. That's what I was trying to say from before. Like, I hate when niggas is thirsty. Like, sex is an important thing in life. Like, and I feel like it needs to be discussed. But when, like, people think that it's their only thing, like, like this is what I was getting back from before, where, like, women really just see men as, like, people who just want to have sex. Like,
Yeah.
We're like smarter than that. Like, I mean, like we have a penis. That's true. Like, I'm not gonna lie. We're just gonna be more honest about our needs than you guys are for right now. Like, I'm telling you, 20, 30 years from now, it's already happening now in like bigger cities, like in more urban areas. Like, people are like, all right,
like they get it.
Get it on.
They
Like,
get it.
exactly.
They get like.
Yeah, but it'll just become like a worldwide thing. So.
That's why I think Europe is a little more advanced than the U.S. is. In that.
So
Yeah, I don't think you're starting to not give a fuck already.
Yeah.
About all this shit.
Man, look at that international experience coming in.
Hey,
I gotta give me some international pussy before I settle down. I need to just see what it's like.
I have no
That's
perspective.
true.
Yeah.
Man, that's true. Man, there's so many beautiful women all around the world, bro.
There really is.
Dude, yeah, I don't see how people are racist, like legitimately. Like, how can you like, you know, when people say like they don't like black girls and shit, I'm like, how?
Bro.
There are so many fine black women. Like, I can understand, like, you know, you just like never seen one that you didn't like, that you liked. If you didn't like come from a place where there was like black people, but it was like, how do you not
like
black
no way
girls?
you don't want to fuck Rihanna.
No.
Yeah, you know, like you
no.
can't tell me like Rihanna's not fuckable. Like, come on now. Like,
It even like personality wise, there's so much dope shit about black woman, Latino woman, anything different really.
Yeah,
They offer dope shit. Like how can you I feel like you have to not know anything about the culture to like
that it just doesn't make sense to me, man.
Exactly,
yeah.
man.
It's just ignorance, though. Some people just grew up like that.
But that's growing out.
True.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing, like about like ignorance is like it should be dying out. Like as generations,
Yeah, we have
go on,
enough technology where you
Yeah.
can just go on the internet.
Like
look shit
I
up.
shouldn't have to make the
Oh.
same mistakes my
Yeah.
parents made.
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
That's why I'm not getting married. I'm just fucking hoes. Like,
Exactly. I think it's also respectable for people who know when to settle down early, like people who know themselves so well. If you can find someone early, I respect that so much too. Like fucking around is cool, but I also respect the person who gets married but no.
dude, yeah, that's my thing. Yeah, that's my thing. Like I want to get married, even though like marriage is kind of getting to the point where it's like irrelevant. I want to get married and like want to have a girl and like have some daughters, raise them right, teach them to be smart and shit, and be successful.
100. But you have to know yourself and not just try to force a situation onto two people who are meant for each other just because that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
And I feel people always complain about that. Like I heard like some girl the other day just like complaining that she doesn't have like a boyfriend and stuff. And I'm like, but why do you need one to make you a better person?
To make
like,
you a
exactly. Like people like I'll say this, like men at Rose are trying to fuck, but women at Rose are just trying to be in relationships for the sake of being in relationships.
Yeah, that's a waste of time, dude. People like that get in relationships in like college and high school and shit. It's like, okay, like what are you gonna do after graduation?
Yeah.
Like, are you guys gonna try to move to the same city? At that point, you might as well get married. Like,
exactly.
I'm not gonna waste my time in a relationship unless we're trying to get married.
Exactly, and even that is fucked up because then you're telling one person to sacrifice their career, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like their opportunities to pursue their passions and like maximize like you know all the shit that they work for like 21, 22 plus years, like their like their brain, like their intellect, for the sake of just pursuing this life that you guys want to share.
They don't really realize what they're really risking because they're all into the whole, oh yeah, we're gonna move over here and get married.
But I feel like that's why you should really like be friends for like a long ass time before you even think about getting to that relationship. Like, you should be like, oh, like I've been friends with this bitch for a while, I know everything about this motherfucker, they know everything about me. We need to try to make something work. At that point, it's like when you're thinking about like the marriage type shit, like you know, it's gotta be in the back of it. Like then you start like dating maybe. Like I wouldn't advise, you know, going out and just be like, oh, let me just date this girl and see if she's like wifeable, and then like, you know, if she's not. That's just a waste of time. Like, think about how many fine girls come around when you're like in a relationship. Like, you know, like you get in a relationship, like no, just stay single. They might, you know, like you mingle, you know, do your thing.
It's just like I feel like the second you get in a relationship, every other woman just like steps their game up. It's like, why are you trying that? Like why are you doing this?
Why'd you wait?
I think it's because they're like, oh, like somebody's in a relationship, so he's safe. You know, like he's not a fuck up. You know, like, they might be that.
Or they just like petty and like, oh, she wants him. That means he must be good. So
That's
I'm
true.
gonna try to
This is what exactly, man. That ties into what I was saying from before. Like, you can't live for the relationship. I feel like there's so many girls at Rose that I can just like see are just doing that for the sake of like pretending that they have like stability, but it's not about like a facade of stability. It's about finding happiness like,
within yourself, not what everybody else thinks you're happy or not.
Yeah, that's
exactly. And it's about being an independent woman.
And there's some girls that are smart about it. They're just like, I'm just gonna fuck anybody I want to.
And those are the
That
women I
because
respect.
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
like, hell yeah,
do.
like do your thing, like fuck yeah, enjoy your life.
That still depends on the context of why you're fucking too, because a lot of times it can be like people just going out and fucking anybody just to feel
Yeah, like validated and shit like
so,
that.
yeah, to feel validated,
Yeah,
just because they don't know.
yeah, that makes
What
you a
to
hoe
go
though.
with.
Being a hoe is an attitude, and it definitely exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I understand like slut shaming is bad, but like if you're a hoe, that's just shameful behavior. You
But,
know, like,
but people mislabel what it is. So
Absolutely,
often
yeah,
that,
yeah.
like,
But those are
the
all,
shame gets placed on people who don't really deserve it. They just open with who they are.
but
Yeah.
those are like haters. Those are like thirsty niggas. Like that's what I was trying to say from before.
Yeah,
Like
they're
you
ruining
know
our
the
country.
people who are hating are the people who like smashed her once, caught some feels, and she just finessed them. Like
yeah,
it is what it is. Like there's no need to get sensitive about it. Like if you respect the individual and like you are happy within yourself, like you're gonna understand them doing them. Like you're not
Yes.
gonna be like hurt about it. Like if I like smash like a chick and then go talk to another chick, like that's not gonna be bad. Or vice versa. Like you know what I mean?
yeah. I feel it.
Because
Yeah,
you understand.
it's just how it is, man.
Water, 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 okay, water, water, drip, water, splash, water. I drip on your bitch like water. I splash on your bitch with the water. Water, water,
Thanks,
water,
ugly guy.
water.
Thanks, ugly guy. Thanks, ugly guy. Thanks,
Cause like the Virgin Mary must have some bomb pussy that.